Welcome, everyone, to another week of All Women Driven, the podcast where we look into the past to drive women forward in the future. I am your host, Sarah Davis. Um, all right. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Spotify under All Women Driven, or on Instagram and Facebook under Beauty Mama Bear. You can also find me on the Law MacArthur YouTube channel. Go over there for all things Ford news and information. You can also check out the Ford Video Guide channel, RagnarCon, All Terrain Nation, just to name a few of our favorite channels. So go check those out down below. Don't forget to like and share where you are listening. That is the best way to support me and the easiest way to support me as well. So this week, I'm getting interviewed. My guest is Tim. You might know him if you watch the Law MacArthur channel. He is also my dad. So he's going to do this interview of me.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right. Well, this is weird because normally I say welcome in, but Sarah, tell us who you are and what do you currently do?
So I work at Law MacArthur. It's a car dealership here in Kansas. I do a bunch of little things. Internet department is what I am technically in, but we are part of the media team, and so I help with the YouTube channel. I'm on the podcast there. Of course, I run this podcast. What else? I help with the picture building and whatever else you need me to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's our department's job to whatever is online and what you see from Law MacArthur is our job to make sure that it's there and it's right.
Including the pricing of the vehicles and the ads and everything.
Picturing of vehicles, the prices that are on our website, which then you take over completely is our Google ads. So we have a company that works with us and has a great platform, but we still have to manually go in and create those. I mean, the ads are kind of created, but you go in there and you pick the vehicles.
Right.
And we always, we make sure we have there's 60, 80 vehicles in there. So every day you go in there and make sure they're updated. If we sell a vehicle, we update it. You do that too.
See, I didn't know those were going to Google.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's your Google ads. So it automatically from that platform.
I don't think sometimes you explain exactly what I'm doing. You're just like, do this, and here you go. And I just do it.
Yeah. And there for a while, you were doing some of our shorts. And now we kind of pull those out of our live stream because there's some pretty good information there. Yeah. So you do quite a bit here. And of course, what kind of, how long have you been in the automotive business?
Since I was 16, I started here in our wash line. Worked back there through high school off and on. Came back in college. I did descriptions on our website for you during my Christmas break. Left, I think there's like a year or two gap in there. Came back, worked in our rental department, ran that for a few months while she was on leave. Helped with our service register, did that for a while, and then left again, and then came back for to be your photographer.
Yep.
And then did that for 2-3 years. Worked in our call center doing our cold calls. And then you needed an assistant, and I've been doing this since.
Yeah.
And this has transformed into a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
it was a lot. I mean, you started as an assistant, but now you've taken on more roles. We didn't expect you to be on the live streams, and now you are, and which has really helped. Big impact for the live streams because.
So, in just reference, I turned 29 today. So, since 16, that's throughout the years, a lot of years.
Yeah. Yes. So.
Well, and you've been in automotive most of my life.
I was gonna say, next question is, what's your family in automotive? How'd you get into it?
Because of you and my uncles and everything else. When did you start here? 22 years ago? 23?
Oh, no. 20 and 01.
01.
So 24 years.
24 years. So most of my life, you've been in automotive. But I've also seen my great grandpa owned a car dealership. Mm-hmm. So we would go visit him at his car dealership. My uncle is the general manager. My other uncle is a salesman. So I've just grown up around the industry or the dealership. not really the industry, but mainly the dealership.
Yeah.
And then met my husband here, and his dad works here, and his brother works here. And at the time that we met, his sister worked here.
Yeah.
So, and his other brothers worked here off and on. So, yeah, it's in the family.
Yep.
And then my grandpa's a mechanic.
Yeah. Well, and yes. And the funny thing is that, that when your mom met me, because her brothers are in the car business, her grandfather and everything, she's like, I don't want to marry a car salesman. And so at the time I was having a recreation degree. So it's like, it's kind of funny because then, and then I end up getting into the car business. So she's like, did marry a car guy and turned into a car guy. So then it just become a family. So we talk about that sometimes. We'll go on trips and with other people, and then we'll get into just talking about cars and Broncos and everything.
Yeah. I think she's a teacher. And so there was a time where she was like, man, she heard there's a family of teachers and they just sit around talking about school and whatnot. She's like, that would be nice. But I think since she's gotten into the Bronco and that type of stuff, it's become a little bit easier.
A little bit. For a little bit. She can handle a little bit, but so. All right. So was it hard for you to get into the auto industry? Into the job here?
For me, a little bit, but from the perspective of getting past that barrier of I'm your daughter.
Yeah, that's a big hurdle, for people that are in the work with that, because we have other people that it's family owned business. So
it is.
Others, in this dealerships, probably struggle with that.
Females around here are not, it's, you don't see them on the sales staff very often. Mm-hmm. We've started getting them in our shop. Yeah. The clerical work is really where you see females, and then the marketing. And so that's kind of where I'm at, is that marketing side, the media side of things. Mm-hmm. It was rough back in Washline because you're working with high schoolers, and I was in high school. And so high schoolers can be rough. It's really a boys' world, kindergarten back there. And you kind of just push through it. You kind of just brush them off, go work somewhere else and leave them alone. And they leave you alone for the most part. But other than that, it was really more of breaking through, some of those barriers.
Because you really did work your way up.
I did.
So, I mean, you came in as my assistant and such, but it was because of your capabilities that I wanted you as my assistant.
Yeah. Well, my knowledge of the dealership as a whole. Yep. I've worked through so many departments. I've basically worked in every department that is here so far. And so that gives you a different perspective and ability to work through the different departments and work with them.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I knew your abilities. I mean, when you did the call center, you talked to a lot of customers, and I know there's gonna be a lot of that handling some of my calls for me. So that I continue to work on videos and everything. And I knew your abilities, it helps if, yes, you're my daughter, so I know your abilities, but also I knew that's kind of the person that I needed, that was going to be able to do that. So, So, okay. So let's get into hobbies. What kind of hobbies do you like?
My hobbies change year to year.
Yeah.
I was working with resin, and I, was doing the permanent jewelry, which I still do on the side occasionally. I really like, and I enjoy doing permanent jewelry at the vendors shows and whatnot. But I also cook. We do a lot of baking, a lot of sweets. I have sourdough starter. So I'm always trying to bake. It's easier now that we have a dishwasher. Not as many dishes to do. And then we bought chickens. So that's really my biggest hobby right now is chickens, watching them. I just go out there, and the kids are inside playing, and I just go out into the backyard and I sit there and I grab some. We have wild grapes growing on our fence. I grab some wild grapes and I sit there and I feed them, and I just watch them for like 30 minutes until one of the kids comes and finds me, and then we sit and watch together. So at this point, chickens is my biggest thing.
Yeah.
So
and of course, all your pets. You have 3.
I have 3 dogs: Australian Shepherd, 2 Dachshunds, miniature Dachshunds, and then 11 chickens. Supposed to be 14, but we're at 11. And then 2 boys, 5 and 3. So
Yes.
it's a busy
Yep.
house.
Yes. All right. So, how do you balance what your responsibilities are at work and with your job and with family?
That's the question that I ask everyone because I'm looking for that answer. It's hard. Um, I work here from 8 to 5. I drop off the kids first thing in the morning, then come here, and I'm here, all day till 5, and then I go home, and I'm not home till 5:30 or 6.
Yeah.
So it's hard. You cook dinner, and then it's time for bed.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's especially during the school year.
So you're with this, and you're fortunate most weeks where you get Saturday and Sunday off, and
Yes.
that's your time. Like this last week, you went
Yeah.
to the apple orchards, right?
Yep. We went to the apple orchard. We're going to the state fair.
Yep.
But some Tuesdays it's just me. So I,
Yep.
find something to do.
Because Tuesday night you come on the live stream.
Right. Tuesday nights I'm on the live stream. So then Saturday he works extra. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. And occasionally, you go on media trips with me.
True.
So
I know
that's
really
not
rough
easy to do.
I think we've gotten that down now. He goes, it's a party. We're having a party. We party without mom here. So they get extra cookies, they get ice cream, they get popsicles, they get to go to bed a little bit later, they get to go sleep down with dad instead of in their own beds. It's a party without mom.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't do a lot of those trips, and so
No. We were that first year that we did trips.
We did a lot of auto shows and then kind of realized how much information and what we're getting from that. But
yeah.
Cool. All right. What's your vehicle preference?
Ford. Ford all the way.
What are you driving now? I know
you
mentioned sometimes some of your videos.
So I drive a 2017 C-Max hybrid, and I don't think I'm going to get rid of it anytime soon. It's a good economical vehicle that, it's a hybrid. And any time now that I hear about people talking about taxes and registration and things for hybrids and the EVs, it's really expensive. And so having a used hybrid really helps in that aspect, that I don't have to worry about those fees as much because it's already been long standing. Yep. So they aren't taking it up per se. So that helps. And then we have a Fusion hybrid as well.
Well, a lot of people don't realize is that those hybrids get really good. The batteries, the longevity on the batteries are really good right now.
Well, and what's crazy is that it's a 2017. Lebo bought it when he was planning to propose. He's like, well, the Mustang's about to go kaput. I need to get rid of it. Found the C-Max. He's like, well, I'm going to propose to Sarah. We're going to start a family, so we should have a good family car. So he bought that, but didn't daily drive it. His daily driver was his Jeep, or he had another car. He had 3 paid off cars when we got married. So he had multiple cars to choose from. So he didn't drive the C-Max for the first 3 or 4 years of our marriage. So, we bought a couple of town cars. He daily drove those instead of the C-Max. And I had my Camry, and then I had a van, and then I had a truck that I traded in and out of. So then once we sold my truck, I was like, okay, but I don't want to drive a town car. I do not like the big boat. I don't want to do that. So he put me in the C-Max, and he got a truck, which we sold for the Fusion. So, I prefer my C-Max. It's the hybrid that I would want. My only complaint, it's too low to the ground. I don't have enough clearance on that for my liking, but I don't see us getting rid of it anytime soon.
So it's not a question on there, but how hard is it when you are around new cars all the time to not buy one, though? Because I haven't figured that one out yet.
It's hard because you see the shiny thing. You want the shiny thing.
The new technology.
Although they are decontenting right now. So at the same time,
I have actually figured it out the last couple of years. You get it when they do a redesign or a refresh. That is the year to get it, because they decontent after that, because they want to promote how awesome this is with all these new things. They give you all the new gadgets and tech. to get people, entice people, and then the years after that's when they stop
Yeah.
dropping it off.
See, and I fell into the same pattern that a lot of our sales staff fall into this pattern where you're in these new vehicles and you're looking at them day in day out, you're learning about them, and you really get enticed, and you really get like you're selling yourself on this vehicle. Every time you sell someone on that car, you're selling yourself on it. So like I've seen a lot of people here, they're trading in and out every year, it seems like, sometimes more than and we kind of fell into that. We bought the van, which we kept through our lease, and then I bought the Maverick. And I really enjoyed the Maverick. I would have kept that. But Lebo really wanted a truck. And we saw the great deals, and it was end of the year, and it was the last 23 that we had. And it was like, okay, they've knocked it down a crap ton. We need to buy this. So we bought it. But still, payments were too much. And so we were like, okay, we need to back off. Buy the Fusion from you guys. But what really keeps me at bay is those registration fees and the taxes. The registration fees are astronomical.
Oh yeah, you don't want to know what the expedition's going
No,
cost.
I don't. Actually, Jeff told me, so I know. But registration fees on a new vehicle are freaking ridiculous, and that's what truly keeps me from buying a new car.
Yeah, we cautioned you with your mom. We've always kept her in a new vehicle under warranty. So usually every 3 years, we're getting a new Expedition or whatever she wants. And that's the family one. That's the one that the grandkids ride in and everything else. So I want to make sure it's under warranty, but yeah, now with the cost of these and the rates going up and different things like that, we're second thinking that, because like the Bronco, I said when I got it, if it was a first year, 21, then I would just keep it.
Yeah.
And we've just put modifications on it. Now I don't want to trade it because I've got so many modifications, but also I kind of want to get to the spot where I don't have a car payment.
Yeah.
And and then the registration fees start coming down.
My C-Max is paid off.
Yeah.
Our Fusion is almost paid off. At that point, we have 2 cars completely paid off. Of course, the Lightning, we won't have to pay for. We've pretty much taken care of that. But like the Lightning, it's old enough. It's like $15.
Yeah.
It's almost antique status. So it's $15 for that, $15 for the town car that sits in our shed, doesn't move.
Yeah.
And then, the Fusion is like $150. And my C-Max is like 2 something now. It was 3 something. It's down to 2 something. So when you're looking at that, we're paying less than $500 for 4 cars to be registered, when I know for a fact my truck, my Maverick, was $500 for registration fees.
Yeah.
So I can have 4 cars in the same amount as one new car. So
and they're making them.
Point.
I think they're making them better quality as they go along, because I don't feel like it's a big need to be able to switch her out of the vehicle, afraid that she's going to get stranded or anything, because I feel like they're doing a better job of building these, especially the Fords. If you're in the Ford family, there has been times in the past where you're like, we better trade out because we don't want her stranded on the highway. But they've gotten better, and now I don't feel that way. Even in the Bronco, we got 41,000 now, and it's chugging away. And
now she has a spaceship, so she's good.
Yeah, we did get a warranty on that, because we do plan to keep that one, because it was like we were debating: do I take the 22 and go ahead and pay it off and keep it, or go to the 25? And I said, with the newer technology, I'd rather you have be in the 25. So we did a warranty.
So here's the thing: my C-Max is a titanium. That thing is fully loaded. Do you know what I'd have to pay now to get a vehicle as loaded with technology as that one is? And it has the free navigation. That was back when you got the nav for free. So I still have navigation on my car. Is it fully updated? Probably not, but it works.
Yep. Yep. Sure does. So who or what inspires you?
Melissa. Right now, for like females, Melissa is my biggest inspiration right now. Knowing that she came from nursing for so long and kind of just picked this up as a hobby, and now she's doing it as her full-time job, racing, or not, for Ford Performance, and doing things for them, and getting out there, and just, this is her job now. Like, that's her day job.
Yep.
And knowing that she came from such a long history of a job, a career job, and turned into that, that's amazing. You know, that kind of inspires me. Like, one day I can be out there off-roading every single day if I want to. I could make this a job.
And to be honest, she didn't get on the automotive side until later in life.
Yeah.
So,
When she started wanting to go hiking and wanted to get out there, and she's like, well, I need a car so I can get to some of these more recluse trails that, you know, do this and whatnot. And so she got a Jeep and went off-roading and learned and kept learning and started doing more off-roading and whatnot. And now she's, you know, one of the top racers out there. You know, top in her field. She's amazing. So, you know, lets me know that there's, you know, no matter at what point in your life you are at, you can restart.
Yeah.
If you have the drive to do it, you can restart.
Yeah. Well, look at me. Went to college for one thing, and I'm not doing any of it, you know, and found a little niche that I did and enjoyed. I am not a sales type person.
No.
But I found the niche within this business with internet sales, and then with the videos that, I mean, when I went to school, I didn't go to school to do videos or to be on a radio or to be on a podcast. I never thought I would do that.
Run a camp, right?
Yep.
You know, recreation.
My degree's in recreation.
So if you think about it, that's like leading a camp, you know, doing speeches, doing things like that. So some of it's there.
Yeah, some of the leadership part of it. But
yeah, the leadership. But you have been a big inspiration in that, is that you went to college, you got a degree, and you use some aspects from it, but not a lot. You don't technically use your degree in your field. And so I went to college, did not work out for me. I'm not the type of person for college. Maybe certain types of classes one day, but I'm not the type to go sit in a classroom and just take in the knowledge. So for me, college didn't seem, you know, a good time or a good use of my time. So I just came home, found my husband, you know, went through a couple of different jobs, just waiting to see what I could do. And now I'm moving forward.
There's a lot of jobs out there you don't even know exist.
Oh my
and
gosh.
You found that out with talking to these different women, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a job that you could get, right?
Those like a designer at Ford. Like, there are people that sit there and just talk about what the interior of these vehicles are going to look like and what colors the exterior is going to look like. So sometimes you're like, well, why isn't that package available? Because it's not going to look good. They've taken those paint swatches, they've taken the color, the interior, and they've held it up and they go, that's not going to look good. Yeah. So, you know, it's fun to hear that. And then, you know, communication specialists, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Like, what, you know, and we've talked to Dawn about that. And, you know, when you're in school, when you're in high school, you don't get to hear about things like that.
Yeah.
They go teacher, doctor, physical therapist, you know, all these basic things. They don't help you dive into what's possible.
Yeah.
They don't, and they might give you a list and go, here's some jobs. But that's not all the jobs in the world.
Yeah.
And there's jobs out there that haven't even been created yet.
Right. I mean, when I was in college, social media and Facebook wasn't a thing.
Right.
I mean, that was a long time ago. I'm dating myself, but I mean, you know, that stuff wasn't exist. So who knows what's not out there right now?
When I was in high school, when I was in high school, influencers were just becoming a thing. Like, it wasn't heard of to make money off of YouTube. Like, I grew up and Mr. Beast was the first one. He was the big one that was like, yeah, I'm making money off this, but I'm putting it towards something. But like, that was the first one that people had heard of, really making money off of it. And he was coming up while I was in high school.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's jobs out there that haven't even been created that you could create, you know?
Yep.
So it's crazy what's out there and that what you don't think. Just my advice when you're when you're in high school, or if you're looking for a new start, think of, what do I love to do? Because if you love what you do, it's not really a job.
Yeah.
What do you love to do? Well, I actually like to be around cars. I didn't realize that when I was younger, but I do. I do like being around the cars. I do like being in this type of setting. Because I really thought I was going to work with kids. So look at what look at what you like to do. Look at your hobbies. Now, what kind of jobs are within that hobby? There's businesses out there like Iridium. They put together navigation systems for vehicles and things. Rebel Rally uses them. There's different jobs out there that are within the field that you don't even know about. So take what you like to do and then look through it and see, how did this get done? How did that get done? How is this made? Who, puts this together? And then look for a job doing that.
Yeah.
That would be the best way to look for your career.
Yep. Yeah. There's a lot of different things out there. Trail guides.
Trail
guides. People that
guides?
do that for a profession, they work for
You can go live
Bronco
on the side of
Nation.
a mountain and go be a trail guide.
So, and sometimes it's a hobby that turns into a career.
Yeah.
Like, going off-roading or whatever, or photography that becomes a hobby but then can become a job. We've had people that have come in and been our photographers here that then have gone off and done their own photography.
We had a freelance photographer that ends up, she gets videos or pictures in Time Magazine and whatnot for her concert pictures.
Yeah.
She's getting her stuff in publications as a freelancer.
Yeah. Yeah. So always start off that easy. All right. How can we encourage women to get more into the community?
I think Ford's really done a good job with this, with Bronco Off Rodeo. And then Rebel Rally, that's a huge encouragement. But I think Bronco's kind of created that sense of community.
Mm-hmm.
It can be rough to get in here into the community, but find the right people.
Yep.
Every community has those people that are going to be negative and that are not going to be nice. Just find the right people.
Yep.
That's really what it is. It's because we found Melissa, we found Allie, we found All Train Nation, we found so many friends within this community. And there have been people that have been rude, that have not been nice, that, okay, I'm not going to talk to them anymore. I'm going to go over here and talk to my friends. It's just finding those people that you click with and going with it.
Yep.
Just dive into it.
Getting those connections.
Yeah.
And so we've seen a lot of people that started, like, whether it be they bought a Bronco or Bronco Sport, they just started enjoying the Bronco or whatever, and then started going to do different events, and then they started getting connections. So find those connections, get in. People are always willing to show you, what they can do and everything, and what it's like. And
if you have a Bronco Sport, just reach out to Melissa. She'll tell you exactly what that thing can do.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not just having fun with the community and everything. But Bronco seems to be a fun one. But even, Maverick or whatever, because I've seen somebody that got a Maverick, and he started doing videos on Instagram and everything. And now he's, one of the biggest ones on Instagram. He gets invited to Ford events, so just, putting it out there and talking about whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be automotive, but if you like cars and get in automotive.
Well, in the Jeep community, like, we aren't in the Jeep community because, we're Ford for the most part, but they seem nice as well. Mm-hmm. We've met several nice people that have driven Jeeps. Most of the time they've switched over to Bronco, but the community is out there, and you just have to find the right people.
Yep. Making connections, going to car shows,
Yep.
different events, going to community, especially community.
Watching the videos or reaching out through Instagram. Like, hey, I think she would be fun to talk to. Reach out.
Yep. And it doesn't, whatever, about everyone, whether it be Facebook or sometimes there's a forum out there.
Yep.
There's probably one out there for whatever car you're at, no matter what it is. And you
Facebook at least.
If you're into like a certain car, whether it be a Jeep or whatever, get into the communities and find out events that are going on. Especially a lot of them have local communities. Yeah. There's Cars and Coffees in a lot of these towns. Go to the Cars and Coffees, start getting connections with people and doing some things.
I was like, hey, I kind of really want to interview a monster truck driver. I don't know anyone that knows a monster truck driver, but I reached out to all the females that I could through Instagram, I got a reply back. She seems really nice. I chatted with her. She's like, anyone can reach out to me. I will chat with them. I'll tell them how to get into this. Like, I got you.
Yeah.
You just have to find that right person.
Yeah. Who did that? There's another job. Monster truck driver. That's a job?
It's a job. If you go and watch that, you find out that, it's not proprietary. There are some proprietary trucks out there that are owned by a certain person, but the Monster Jam trucks are owned by Monster Jam and that company that owns Monster Jam. So those drivers literally go out there. They don't have to worry about breaking the vehicle. They don't have to worry about what they're doing. They just go out there and drive. And if they break the vehicle, well, they got parts. They got people that fix it. Try not to break it. It's, try.
You keep your job longer.
Yeah, you'll keep your job longer. But if it happens, it's not thousands of dollars on you.
Yeah.
You are not responsible for repairing that necessarily. And so it's a lot easier to get into it, especially if you go with Monster Jam. They have Monster Jam University. It's 2 weeks long. You go, you learn how to drive, and within 2 weeks, you know how to do a show.
Huh. That's cool. Who'd have thought? But yeah, there's a lot of different jobs like that,
Yeah.
And so
oh yeah, they're out there. You just have to find them.
Put yourself out there and reach out to people. Which it's amazing to me is there, especially get it on social media, that there's a lot of these people at different jobs that they'll you ask them questions, they'll respond.
Oh yeah.
And then you can learn some things from them or get connected to people.
Yep.
And you can make connections and get into the industry.
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
All right. Yeah. Well,
anything else?
Do you have anything else for me? You're the one doing the interview.
This is about you. A lot of people may not know a lot of your background, but they know about me. But what other siblings do you have?
I am one of 4. I'm the oldest. So I have Jolie, who is 2 years younger than me. She's a hairstylist. And she's married a wonderful man that's part of our military. They're out of Fort Riley currently. And so they have 2 little boys. So I have 2 little nephews. One is 2 years older than my oldest, and one is 2 years younger than my youngest.
It's amazing because you guys are all 2 years apart, the 4 of you.
Right. And all of our grandkids are 2 years apart so far. So far. And then I have Emily, who is 4 years younger than me. And she doesn't quite know what she wants to do yet in life. Yeah. She's figuring it out still. And then my brother, Jeffrey, 6 years younger than me, works here. He helps us with a lot. He's our photographer. He's the main photographer for us. He does a wonderful job with all of our specialty.
The luxury vehicles,
bring a trailer vehicles. If it needs intense photos, he takes them.
Yeah, he's very detailed.
Yes, he is. And then he handles all of our thumbnails, edits our shorts, whatever tech stuff we need to do. He's our tech guru. I go, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. Come over here, please.
Yep.
So he helps us make sure that everything stays running smoothly. And then he's starting a photography business.
Yep.
He's going to try and get into that.
Yep.
So if you need family pictures.
Yeah, local. What about your mom?
My mom is a teacher of 20 some years.
Don't need to worry about that.
But she works with special needs. So for the longest time, she worked with kids with autism. But now she's working with some other kids.
Functional learning.
Yes,
yep.
That's what
disabilities. They have disabilities.
So we'll see how that goes this year. But her heart is with kids with disabilities, special needs.
Yep.
She's really great at what she does.
Yep.
So, yeah. I learned a lot from her. I thought I was going to be a teacher.
And your husband?
My husband does our ceramics here. He is the one that does ProPax and ceramics. So if you purchase a car here or if you stop in and need one done, he is the one that does that.
Yep.
So, and he's been here for 15 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's out there doing all the hard work.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Well, good. And so, yeah. So cool. All right. Well,
I think
I think that's all we got.
yeah. All right. We're going to end it here. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for another week of All Women Driven, where we look into the past to drive women forward in the future in automotive. So join me next week. We start our Rebel Rally series. So I have teams lined up. Join me for that. We're going to have a lot of fun leading up to that Rebel Rally. So, all right. Have a great day. Bye.